Ben Carson easily wins the award for stupidest, most shallow angle on what's going on in Baltimore. Listen to what he said. If you have an unpleasant experience with a plumber, do you go out and declare a war on all plumbers? Or teachers or doctors? Of course not. And it makes no sense to do that with police either. Well, yes, it doesn't make any sense according to what you've said, but perhaps if the plumber broke your spine, or if the teacher had been rampaging through your community for a few decades, then you might start a war. And especially if that plumber was then protected by a group of other plumbers who make it so that he can never have any legal ramifications.
Yeah,
there might be a fine, but no loss of his job.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing you could say.
Also, I mean, have you been paying attention to what the major news stories have been over the last, year at this point? It's not like this is an isolated incident. And I think it's every week. It's a story that we continuously cover on the show, and regardless of how many new cases we point to, people will completely deny, flat out deny, that this is a problem within the system, right? This is not something that happens here and there. It's not a unique incident. This is a real issue. And for him to say, oh, well, it's one cop, and why are we rioting over one cop? It's not one cop. It's many cops throughout the entire country. And then for the cops who don't actually carry out these acts of violence, it's the cops that protect these acts of violence or protect the cops that are, the perpetrators. So, I mean, he's just stupid.
Ben Carson single-handedly making me less impressed with brain surgery every day. And you know what? I think doctors should stick to doctoring, and not only doctoring, but their specific thing that they're good at in doctoring. Like, he's a brains and neurosurgeon, so he should stick to that. I'll give you a reason why. I know there's a friend of mine, Tom Agna, tells a story. When he was a kid, his father was friends with Dr. Heimlich. And so he was having headaches, so he sent him to Dr. Heimlich, and Dr. Heimlich said, "Get over it." And he goes like this, and he goes, "Does that do anything for you?" He goes, "No." So that Dr. Heimlich, pretty much a one-trick pony.
Exactly.
Same thing with Ben Carson. Maybe he should stick to...
I'm like, where is he going with this?
It's the one trick,
He's got that one trick. He's good at brain surgery. Stay there.
Apparently
don't talk about gay sex. Don't talk about riots. Don't talk about the problems.
Don't talk about Iran.
Yeah.
Would it be the equivalent of us trying to do brain surgery?
Yes.
I'd try.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't turn out too well. So he goes on to say... And look at this. This is going to sound a little bit more reasonable, but we'll explain what his objective is in saying this. I recognize that people are angry because they feel that they're not getting a full explanation of what occurred under suspicious circumstances. But I can speak from experience that reacting out of anger seldom leads to anything helpful. And these kinds of reactions will only increase the antagonism between police and communities throughout the country and result in militarization and more aggression. And so that's what he is here for. I mean, here he's talking to GQ, but that's what he's on Fox for. To say that, oh, I understand you feel like you have legitimate grievances, but you should never, ever do anything about it, because that will only cause more aggression towards you. Well, that's not sustainable. When you've had that aggression towards your community for literally hundreds of years, at what point does it become too much? And so he is paid to come out there and to speak supposedly for the community, while all the while saying that everything the community feels needs to be done to make their situation better is all a lie, and they need to be quiet, and they need to sit down, and all the while he gets those huge paychecks from speaking and going on Fox. That's his job.
Ben Carson needs to read Martin Luther King's letter from a Birmingham jail, right? Because he addresses exactly what he's talking about. People keep telling black people, "We're going to help you. We're going to get you right. Just not now. Don't push it now. Not yet. Just wait. Shh. Be nice. Be calm." And that's what Ben Carson's saying. Hey, everybody, shut up, ignore it, and let the status quo keep going on.
Yeah, exactly.